Welcome back to the Huddle YouTube channel. I'm your host, Owen, and today we're going to be going over my day one draft grades. However, instead of making one long extended video where you're going to have to sit there and sift through each team and try to find where your team is talked about so you can watch about 5 minutes of a 40-minute video, I'm going to make individual videos for each team that picked in the first round. Now, if you were a team that had multiple picks, I'm going to talk about you guys in one video together with all your picks in there. If you just have one pick, it's going to be a shorter one. I'm just going to give my thoughts on your guys' pick and what you should be doing going forward with the draft. So, with that out of the way, let's get started. At number 28, the Cincinnati Bengals took Myles Murphy, the edge from Clemson. And I was a Myles Murphy fan. I liked a lot of his 2021 tape. And even though his 2022 tape was not as good because he was hurt, I still think it wasn't horrifically awful. So bringing him in and where he's in a place where he's going to be a rotational D end, at least in the beginning, before he eventually takes over for Sam Hubbard. Because you have Hubbard, you have Trey Hendrickson. So you're allowed to slowly get Myles Murphy in. And for a team that's going against Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes every year to try to go through those guys to get to the championship, that's the three teams right now. And especially now with Aaron Rodgers coming to AFC, the Dolphins are a threat if Tua can stay healthy. You got Deshaun Watson in that division, Kenny Pickett's on the up, and they just brought it back with Lamar Jackson. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the AFC particularly that you have to get after. So bring in a super high athlete at the defensive end position who's 6'5", 275, and is super bendy, super agile, explosive when he's not hurt. I think bringing him in, allowing him to be a developmental rotational piece at least year one before he eventually blossoms and becomes your starting DN so you can move on and get cheaper, whether that's Hendrickson or Hubbard, whoever you deem to be the guy you want to move on from. I feel like that's going to be a good thing. So there's a potential for this to be the number one pass rusher for the Bengals in the future. Right now, he's going to be a rotational piece, but that's really what you're aiming to get at 28. Somebody who can eventually become a high-end guy, but that you don't, he fell for the reason he's going to be raw to coming into it. So I think this is a great pickup for them, and go with an A grade for this one for the Cincinnati Bengals.